Well, we don't just start here, do we? Most of us start off with an SKX or a sea urchin, and we slowly work our way towards something better through all the Seiko divers. Through the turtles, the samurais, the monsters, the tuners and willards, the 143s, mohawks, sumos, stargates, shoguns, and finally on to the Marine Master 300s. Such as thus. For the beach, bros, and in the face, shut the fuck up, you fucking dickheads, because Geflar is back tonight with the pinnacle of Seikosha, or nearly thus. We have had them all on the channel, and this one comes in a box akin to, it wants you to think it's a Grand Seiko because it's blue and gold, and it is actually leatherette. And look at it, I've cleaned it up for you all tonight, bros. But let's get rid of it immediately, because inside is the SLA017. Jesus fucking Christ, bros. Just look at that. Oh my fucking God. Let's take him off the cushion for a closer look. All usual hang tags are being investigated by Geflar, but it's just the same as usual. There it is. Look at that. Lovely box, and this bracelet will be discussed at length later. Tonight I am very proud to bring you all something quite retarded, and that is the Seiko SLA017. Now, this watch originally was released in 2017 and retailed for 3,495 British zlotys. Mr. June price for this watch in 2024 was 2,800 British grosh. It's a £695 loss in 7 years. Not too shabby. Now, I must congratulate Mr. June for finally getting our grail, the SLA017, a re-edition of Seiko's first dive watch, legendary first dive watch from 1965. And let me put him on immediately, because everyone skips to the putting on twerp area of the video. So I'll try and put him on now. Shut the fuck up, bros. Get his tag on. Tall boys. Shaolin Soldier. Represent. Andrea. Mr. Seiko guy, thank you for all your informations. This review will be quite lengthy because this is a grail and Geff is blazed. So please follow me and stay to the end, because I will include all positives and negatives and cover every aspect of this magnificent twerp. Mr. June has slapped this watch. It is a re-edition of Seiko's legendary first dive watch, the 6217 62 MAS automatic self-data from 1965. Slightly larger here at 40mm compared to the 37mm original. I will start by saying that this watch is absolutely wonderful. Incredible for the beach. In the face, and shut the fuck up, bros, because it is just something else. It's the best Seiko watch I have ever had the pleasure to wear or borrow. It is just magnificent. Incredible. Probably only the 039 or 025 can even compare. That's the only next step to go to. Under the screw-down case back, we will find the 8L35 movement. Specifically designed for divers, featuring Spron mainspring alloy, Diashock jewel bearings, and MEMS technology for the parts. 26 joules, 50 hours of power reserve are featured here. It is fucked up, bros. Insanity. Follow the page. But -10 to +15 seconds per day has its detractors, usually because of its lack of factory adjustment, but it is a great movement and can be adjusted if necessary by any competent watchmaker. Unbelievable, but it should be better than it is. Moving on to the case. Subjective, of course, but I find this watch stunningly beautiful. Quintessential and utilitarian in design, skin diver design, exceptionally well executed by the Japanese. It is a sight to be seen, and my camera cannot do it justice. That the human eye can, I swear to God. This looks good here, but in real life, it is fucked up, bros. You just can't imagine it. You just can't. Zaratsu polishing on the sides of this sharply angled case. And even on the chapter ring. Here, for fuck's sake, bros, kill yourself immediately. And indices. The oversized 3 o'clock crown is wonderfully nailed. And with proper Seiko engraving, absolutely proper. Drilled lugs are featured here, short and box-shaped. Sloping down to a high, bullish, squared-off end. Top of the case features circular brushwork for the make. And Seiko's Diashield coating has been applied all over the case. One of my few complaints is this laser etching on the case back. Really should be engraved at this price. It's a flat and smooth affair. No tsunami wave here. Instead we have a funny little dolphin, but it's quite lovely. Limited edition and akin to the original. People complain about the height of the 017 at 14.2 millimeters, and I should list the specs now. This is a 39.9 millimeter case, or 40 millimeters, a lug to lug of 47.7 and a thickness of 14.2. Of course, the lug width of 19 millimeters is a little bit irritating, but a 20 millimeter strap will probably fit. And this watch weighs 110 grams in all of its behemothicity upon this rubber strap, so it is a featherweight upon the Nadgar stack. You can barely feel it, and the comfort is insane, bros. It is fucking so comfortable. I fucking love this watch, you fucking pedos. Look at the state of it. It's just... I've never, ever worn a twerp, and I've had twerps, but I've never worn a twerp like this. Look at that twerp, but this twerp is better. Fucking shit. This is something to behold. It is just so fucked up. any Seiko twat. This is the pinnacle of your dream. Look at him. Let me have a quick sip of this. Please stay with me, bros. So let's move on to the dial. Let us move along to the dial of this SLA017. Well, the dial of this watch is so beautiful to me that it is almost unreal to behold. Staggeringly pretty sunburst effect that radiates between anthracite and dark grey, and I'll film a follow-up review in daylight tomorrow so you can see it as it really is. I'm sorry, bros, I have to get blazed in the evening. I don't have a lot of time to do this stuff, but I'll try and slap one tomorrow after my son's football match in daylight so you can see the majesty of this fucked up dial for the page. It is insane. Lume-filled baton hands and applied rectangular hour markers here. I'm trying to hold it still. It is something else. A framed date window at 3 o'clock displaying a black numeral on a silver disc, all high polished. Logo and text is printed. And look at that, there's no hideous X. The narrow bezel here. Oh! The narrow bezel is fully graduated with a circular Lume pip at 12, and don't worry, it does all line up for £3,500. It ought to. And I surmise here, and that is to say that the following statement I'm about to make is true without having any evidence to confirm it. But I do surmise that it is a sapphire-coated steel bezel. In daylight and low light, this twerp is mesmerizing and glimmering at you, drawing your gaze. His yellow-green Lume compound performs as expected and does not disappoint. It's the same or of a similar nature to his lovely friend, the 023. Just look at them, for fuck's sake, bros. The crystal here, and let me show you the crystal. It is a boxed, ever so slightly domed sapphire crystal and provides just the right amount of distortion. And look how that bezel slopes down gently towards its coin-edged actuators for the beach. Just perfection. What the fuck do you think about the fucking perfection, bro? Fucking dickheads. Now, let me move on to the strap and the bracelet, which I did say I would cover. Look at this bracelet. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look at the thing it came on. 3.5K. Look at it. Looks like something my fucking son did in art class. Oh, for fuck's sake. But yes, it was nice of Seiko to have provided a bracelet, but it is a shitter, and it is not worthy of this watch in any way. they might as well have just not bothered, because it is absolute crap. It's still in its stickery mess, but at the end of the day, they could have reduced the price and not provided us with anything like this. It's a 6R clasp and bracelet on a £3,500 twerp. Get rid of it immediately, because it is shit, and this twerp is only really suitable on the rubber. Fortunately, the waffled silicone strap is very nice. It's a little bit sticky, and it is a dust magnet. It's also very long. It is long, but don't worry if it's too long for you, you fucking Skeletor twats with your pathetic tiny wrists. My wrist is 19 centimeters, and that equates to about 3.5 meters in British pounds. But look at the size of it, and the tail is only hanging over slightly. But I would say, if your wrist was a little bit smaller than 7 inches, it might look a bit of a clown twerp, and all your friends will laugh at you. So consider that before purchasing an 017. It is a bit ridiculous to hope that someone might wear one of these lengthened straps over a wetsuit, and that's why Seiko has provided it. But either way, it's very comfortable, and a high-polished pin buckle is featured here, and strangely a black keeper, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, which is homo as fuck, bros. Now, what are the negatives to this unbelievably retarded spastic, which I cannot find any negatives with? Well, I suppose you could say that why was this watch produced as a limited edition? It should be available all the time. And why was it so expensive? This watch cost, I think, in the UK, £3,500. It has an 8L35 movement. The finishing technically is no better than it is on this, or the Umura, or the 065, or any of the other ones, the 033. It is the same watch in terms of quality. Zaratsu polishing is Zaratsu polishing. I know this one is much prettier, but they've made it more exclusive and added a premium on top. Fuck that, bro. This watch should be in the rotation, and it shouldn't be any different. GS has nothing on this. Of course, the tolerances for this movement are shite. The bezel action is just sublime to me. Look at that bezel action, man. So, there's really very few negatives. What about alternatives? Alternatives to this, and there are a few, and it's confusing with Seiko, but the Hattori family has a way of producing multiple editions of exactly the same watch with a variety of movements and case sizes. So, I will attempt to list them, and thank you, Andrea, Mr. Seiko Guy, and anyone who's into these twerps. Look up Andrea Seiko Guy. He knows what's up. So you have the Seiko SLA017, which is the blue dial 8L55 high beat movement. That one cost even more than this. Then you could have had the SLA043 on a blue dial with its baby blue second hand, essentially the same as this watch. Then there was the SBDX 041 Beams edition. Now that was a 300 piece limited high, and the price of that and availability is beyond Thunderdome, bros. No chance. Then you had the recently released SLA017, which came on the 6L37 and was 38mm thick. It's the latest one. I don't fucking want it. And it's only 12.5mm thick. Insanity! Apart from that, we had the SLA065, which was the Astrolabe. It's a shitter, and Mr. June has sold it in order to purchase this. Hi! And of course the SBB143 and its variants. Available for those with lower budgets. And it's a great watch, but it cannot compare in any way. I swear to God, bros, we've had the 143 and it just doesn't fucking compare to this. So that's about all I can say, and the final thing remains to be shown is the Lume show. So I'll try to please you fucking shit cunts with some sort of Lume arrangement here. You're not making it fucking easy for me. Shaolin Soldier, Andrea Seiko, let's just charge up some Lume and slap a couple of twabs. If you've stuck with me to the end, then you must be a fucking torpedo. And I love that about you guys. Let's have some Lumes up in the motherfucking face. For fuck's sake, bros. Fold the page. And remember, Gav Chris is only here to please you. Nobody like and subscribe. Unsubscribe and dislike, because I fucking don't give a shit. That's not why I'm here. I'm just here to show you some fine hoys. Let's have a look at this. So, SLA017. SLA023. So, yes, the 23 is slightly out-angling his midget brother, but it's not about that here. More application and more paintation. But look at the fucking state of it. Look at that! I love you all, bros. I appreciate you all. We all love the Seikos. I seem to have broken my lights, but let me try and fix them because I wanted to do a wrist shot. Well, that's not going to happen. I hope you can hear the fireworks outside. Geflar Chris, signing off for another video. We'll see you in the next one. Stay freaky, bros. For the beach. Never give up. And shut the fuck up, bros.